Hi. So I've created a project where I am setting up a CI/CD pipeline for Next.js project, and basically it's doing couple of steps. And main thing is I have set it up in such a way that it's deploying to Kubernetes cluster using GitOps and the ArgoCd tools. Now I'm going to explain all of these steps what I did here so that I can remember later in the future too. So what I did here is I created in simple Next.js initial application, and I have created the CI/CD pipeline, which is doing a couple of simple steps, checking out the code, logging into my Docker hub, and building the image with the short commit SHA so that the image tag is shorter. And this is the main step for Argo CD and GitOps basically. So what I have is I pushed this code to a separate repo, which is this one. So this is the repo which contain my Next.js code, and this also have my CI/CD pipeline workflow and the secrets, GitHub credential, and the personal access token for this repository. So what happens in GitOps or ArgoCd? We install a tool ArgoCd in our Kubernetes cluster, which constantly monitors this particular repository, and whenever this particular file, I have set it up such a way that it watches this file. So whenever this file changes, it automatically detects it and checks whether it's what kind of change it is. So I'm just updating this image tag with the latest commit, and that latest image will have my latest application code. Now whenever ArgoCd tool in my Kubernetes cluster detects the change, it did a rollback deployment, right? Because it's in deployment file. So that is the thing which I'm going to show you here now. uh, yeah, so I have explained the steps. Let me just quickly explain the steps too. So what I'm doing here, I'm setting up the personal access token, and I'm cloning this particular repository, and I'm going to this path, which is basically this one, and updating this deployment file with the latest commit image, right? And then just I'm pushing this, committing and pushing to this repository using the GitHub actions credit email, and so that I can track better. Now how I have set it up this Argo CD. So let's quickly check. And yeah, this is what we were seeing in that uh, GitHub. What was the name? GitOps Argo CD Kubernetes. So this is where it's going to update, right? Let's just leave it. So I have created an Kubernetes cluster on Civo Cloud and move the config file so that I can connect to it. And this is the nodes uh, I created just two nodes in the cluster. Now to install Argo CD, first we need to create the namespace, or you can use that. If you are using the cluster on cloud, then you can use the marketplace also. But yeah, I installed via command. So Kubernetes apply Argo CD and this link. So it have a YAML file which have all the necessary deployments and all. So it installs like that. And if you see, I have an Argo CD namespace which is running the Argo CD tool, which constantly watches the cluster. Now to connect with Argo CD, it provides us a UI. So mostly this Argo CD server provides us the UI, and I'm just like checking what all services is running in this. Now main thing is, if if we want to connect to this Argo CD UI, what we need to do, we need to uh, basically uh, uh, forward the port. So so Argo CD is like exposing this one. So I forwarded a port to 8080 so that like I can I can uh, connect to it on localhost. So when you go to localhost, it will show up a dashboard where you need to log in. So a username would be admin, and password you need to do a little bit of struggle. So I'll explain. So to get the password, you need to go to namespace, and it stores the password as a secret, right? And this is the secret name. Now I'm just getting the password which is saved in the data, and if you know, like secret are stored in base 64 encoding. So what I did was I got the password, but this is base 64 encoded. So I decoded it and I put the password in the dashboard, and username was admin. So you can you will go to this interface. Now I have created an new app. So what you need to do here, you simply put the name and other configuration. Main thing is you put this repository URL where your manifest will be there. So I put this repository URL, and I have I provided the path to go to where is it? So path would be this one, like pick and deployment files from this particular folder, and yeah, nothing much. And I created this one, right? And it will pick up that deployment file and create and deployment and replica sets and the pods. Now application is running fine, otherwise there will be an error. Now let me just quickly show you the flow, like how things are working. So if I make any change in this repository, it's gonna get updated, like CI/CD pipeline will run. I'll show you. First, like before that, yeah, I've shown you the command, and I've shown like in my pods, Next.js application is working fine. Right now, let me just quickly show you how things gonna look when I'm changing something. So let's just quickly update the readme here. So Next.js commands, what can I add? Let's just add a simple. So now I have like pushed the latest commit on here. So my CI/CD pipeline is gonna run. So let's check it. So Docker login is done. Now it's building the image. And once the image is built, it's gonna push it to my Docker hub. So let's check what is the commit here. Okay. So commit ID is 03E22 03E32. Now if I again go to this deployment, short SHA is created. Yeah, now it's building the image. Meanwhile, let's go to my repository. So last image was put here like 21 minutes back. And if you see here, last commit is this one 20 minutes back, right? I hope it works. Yeah, so it's up, like this step is also successful. Now the commit will be there. Yes, so commit happened, and the image tag is this one which we were expecting. If I go back, code, so the deployment is successful. Commit tag is also updated correctly, if I see here. So now image is updated with the latest code. Now if I check my Docker hub, see the image is being pushed here correctly. Now if I sync usually like Argo CD syncs in 3 4 minutes, but like I'm just manually gonna synchronize it. So see, it it picked up automatically the new tag from this repository because the commit happens here, and uh, it is deploying the new deployment. So what happened, deployment creates a new replica set, so it did. And because it's doing the rollback thing, old pods are still up. Once the new pods are healthy and created, then it's gonna destroy the old pods. So yeah, so see, one pod is healthy, so it's destroyed one. Once this one is healthy, it's gonna destroy automatically this one too. And this commit id is showing here so that we can track better. So yeah, now it's destroying the old code. Yeah, so our deployment is up. So what essentially developer has to do, they just have to push the code here, which is essentially us. So yeah, so this is the whole Kubernetes flow, and deploying the app, and this is my like Kubernetes cluster which is running in Civo. Yeah, so this is the whole flow. Yeah, thanks.